baby.
Oh, good, man.
You,
Good. It's
everything went well with that?
everything went well. It was a big surprise. Came a little early, and she's here, and I'm trying to get life back to normal.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How are you? How's the temperatures out there?
Very warm today. It was like mid 50s today, which was completely different from last week. It
Well,
was like negative 50 last week here.
mid
It was
50s is
brutal.
warm.
Yeah, for Wisconsin, it's nice.
Yeah, that's
We
crazy.
we could be riding bikes today if it wasn't so salty on the ground.
Yeah, I talked to my buddy in Sioux Falls today, and he said, yeah, it's like 65 today in January. I'm like, whoa, that's
Yeah, that's crazy.
that's our normal
That
winter,
was
but
that was the last time I saw you was out in Sioux Falls.
yup,
We me and my girlfriend did a trip out to the Black Hills like in 23.
yep,
We just went out for like 4th of July, did all the Black Hill stuff, did like all the pre-Sturgis shit, and we were coming back through to go home, and we were gonna stay in Sioux Falls for the night. So I'm like, oh, we'll just go downtown, like hit the bars or whatever.
yup,
And I was on the highway all day, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get off here at this exit. Had no idea. Well, the exit I got off, I saw a Harley dealer sign up
yup.
the road, and I'm like, this is weird. Why are two bikes pulling in to the dealership at Friday night at 7 o'clock at night?
Yeah,
And there's, yeah, you guys, and then like, shit, let's go check it out. Pull up, you're set up there, Millhouse is there.
yeah.
They were doing the slow bike races and stuff. And yeah, that was a good time. That was
Oh
completely,
yeah. We
that's
always
kind
have
of what made the trip.
Yeah, we always have fun in Sioux Falls, man. I always look forward to going out there every summer. It's just they try to put a good show out there at JNL Harley, and we have a lot of fun.
Right on. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, How far is that ride for you from Wisconsin to JNL?
So I'm just like 30 minutes north of Milwaukee.
Okay,
It's 3 hours to La Crosse, which is the other side of the state. Then I want to say it was like another 5 hours to go to Sioux Falls from La Crosse.
gotcha.
So
So it's a
probably about
solid
eight
day.
hours to get.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
Especially with a girl on the back, you
Oh
got to
yeah,
stop a lot more often.
yeah. Because we're doing. I'll be with the BRL this year in Nebraska, May 22nd to the 25th. We're doing a BRL race out there, which I know is 4.5 hours south of JNL. So, hey, racing.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough. I got Road America like up here in my backyard, just like
Yup.
another half hour just north, and
Oh yeah.
so I'm at the King of the Baggers stuff every year.
Yeah,
They
that's
run
cool.
the sport bikes too up there. It's a great time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's awesome, man. So
Yeah.
give me the rundown, man. Talk to me. Like, so where did you start? I guess I think you kind of mentioned to me this is like the first full build you're working on. Am I correct?
Yep. Yeah, this
Yep.
is the first frame off bike I've ever done.
Yeah. And so, what was the
Uh,
what led to this situation? I mean, what have you done in the past? I guess what is your bike builds from the past?
um, so I bought a crashed R6 off a buddy like a few years ago. So I was working on fixing that up, and then just kind of needed the money, so I sold that,
Yep.
and then so I always had like sport bikes. I had like a Kawasaki 650. That was my second bike. My first bike I started on a 82 Kawasaki LTD 750.
Yep.
Bought that for like $700 off a guy, and didn't know it burned oil and blew the motor up. Then I got the 2012 Kawasaki 650, and that lasted like 23,000 miles. Blew the motor up on that.
You like them
Uh,
Kawasaki's?
yeah, they're fun and they're affordable. So
Yep.
and no one would ever like co-sign on a real sport bike for me. So it was more of a dual sport, but that
Yeah,
bike was fun. It was, it could wheelie, do everything the other ones could do. So,
yeah.
but yeah, once I, after Cowie, then, my dad had his bagger, and then my sister had a couple bikes too. And then she finally got like a street bob.
My screen just turned
So
black.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
So my sister had a street bob for, this was probably back in like 2017, 2018. So I
Okay.
was like right around, I was like 21, just starting to be in like the bar scene, and then everyone, you'd go on like the poker runs on the weekend and stuff.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, I can't take my Kawasaki on this. I gotta be on a Harley.
Yeah.
So I'd steal her bike, and she'd get so fucking pissed that I'd take her bike, that she would like hide the key and like lock it up and stuff. And I would take my dad's bike out, and then, when he wants to ride, that wasn't available. So I'm like, I guess I got to get my own now. So
Yep.
I bought a 2015 Street Glide in 2018. Um, and that was before like knew anything about the whole performance scene and everything. So rode that, had the Cowie still. I think I sold the Cowie then to pay off the Mustang.
Yep.
And then the following year in 2019, I smoked a deer on that bike.
Ooh.
I was pretty messed up. I got flight for life to Freighter in Wauwatosa. I was
Wow.
only in there for a day though.
Oh
So I
wow.
got very lucky because
Yeah.
I woke up next day. I'm like, can I go home? And they're like, no, you need to take a shower before we can even let you leave. And I'm like, all right, bet. Got out of bed, took a shower. I'm like, I want to go home. Like, let
Yep.
me go
Yep.
home. So I finally got discharged at like 8 o'clock that night, the following day after that accident. And then I was laid up for like a month and a half after that.
Wow.
Yeah, that was wild. They tried to get me a DUI out of all that stuff, and end up beating it because I only had a .03 in me, and you need a .08's the legal limit. So
Oh,
all
gotcha.
that all that bullshit got dropped.
Yeah. Did the deer survive?
No, we killed that thing. If it was a little colder outside, we probably would have saved it and ate it.
Yep.
Yeah. So then the future of bike riding was kind of uncertain at that time.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if I was going to get back into it. And then finally, like a month or two later, I'm like seeing bikes go past the house. And I'm like, all right, time to look for another one.
Yeah.
So then I bought a 2016 Street Glide, and that is now a Road Glide. I converted it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What I lost you.
did
I
that.
lost you there
Then
for a
this,
second. What'd you say after you converted it to a road glide?
yeah, someone's trying to call me. Like, I don't know
Oh
why.
yeah,
You
yeah.
guys know I'm doing this, and people are
You got to
sending me
put
messages.
you got to put your phone on do not disturb, my friend.
I could try figuring out how to do that, but I don't know. Mess with anything.
if it kicks you out, you just click the link and come back in. So
All right. I don't think we'll have that problem. I ignored
all
it.
right. So what happened? You converted
So
that bike
yeah,
to a road glide?
yeah, it's a Road Glide right now. It's
Okay.
I got the front end off. I got HHI triple trees I'm putting
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
those are real nice.
I blew the motor up on that bike too this past
You
summer.
I noticed a trend with you that you like to blow motors up. I mean, I don't know. Just
Yeah,
saying.
I don't know. It always, every small engine I've ever had blown
You know,
up, from snowmobiles to
yeah.
motorcycles. I don't know.
Knock on wood, I've never
This
blown a motor up in my life.
this one should be good now. It just got the whole Dark Horse treatment
Yep.
and the whole 107 kit and everything. So
Nice. That's
I
exciting.
haven't been able to put any miles on it yet, but I'm waiting for that day.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I haven't rode this one yet either.
Yeah, so that's the one we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
Correct? Yep. So
Yep.
then you You got this Street Glide turned Road Glide, and then now that turned. The next bike was this FXRT.
Yep.
Yes.
So this thing, I was at our local gas station. It's just like 3 minutes down the road. I'm just getting gas up there like it's a normal day.
Yep.
And like next to the gas station, there's this building, and it's like rented. There was like a couple different businesses in there. There was like a auto repair shop in there at one time. Now like this construction company rents it.
Okay.
So they got all their like dump trucks and stuff parked in the back. So I'm getting gas, and I'm looking in the back. I'm like, is that an FXRT? And I'm like, no way, dude. No way that's an FXRT just chilling on a trailer in the weeds behind this gas station.
Yeah.
So I finished filling up. I drive over there. I'm like, sure enough, it's an FXRT. Had a bagger touring pack on it, had a bagger tank, had a bagger style front fender on it.
Yeah.
So, I looked at it, I was like, all right, that's cool. And I went home,
Yeah.
forgot about it. Well, I go back up there like 2 weeks later. It's still sitting there. And it just snowed on Halloween, and this bike's just sitting outside getting snowed
Yeah.
on. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, someone's got to save this thing. So I emailed the company. It was Earthworks Construction. I emailed them. I'm like, hey, my name's Joe. I live down the road. I'm interested in the FXR that's on the trailer. And I wasn't like expecting a real fast email reply,
Yeah.
This guy, he emailed me back like instantly. I'm like, shit. He's like, hey, it was my dad's. I had plans for it. I don't have the time for it. I
Yep.
would sell it. And I'm like, what do you want for it? He's like, $2,500. And I'm like, my eyes lit
Wow.
up. I'm like, dude, I'll come like right now. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
out of town for the weekend. I'm like, all right, I'm coming Monday. So yeah, I got the money together and went down there. He let me haul it home on his trailer, and I
Oh, that's
I brought
cool.
the trailer back up there, and we got to work. New battery, pulled the carb off, started cleaning everything, and then
Yep.
it was kind of uncertain whether it was just gonna, throw some bars and a seat on it and ride it for the year, or
Yeah.
if I was gonna go full frame off with it or not. But then I heard about this FXR tour thing and was like, oh, maybe I should frame off it and try and do that. That would be really cool.
Yep.
Well, even if they didn't pick me, I was still gonna try and go, like, just
Yep.
ride down there and check it out and stuff. But it didn't end up happening. Cause I waited like 4 or 5 months to get the bottom end back. You cut out again. I thought I was gonna be the one having issues. Can you still hear me? Uh-oh. Shut up, DJ. Go play Call of Duty. Well, I can't hear Steve, but I guess I'll keep talking for everyone watching.
There we go. I'm back. I could hear you the whole time. I don't know what's happening here. This is a new one for me. It's never happened before. At least that's what I told her.
Yeah, so this whole thing, it was supposed to be just like a quick take it down to the frame, clean everything, new fork seals, tires, throw it back together, bada bing, bada boom, be on the road riding rest of summer.
Yep.
Well, that wasn't the case because I got this awesome Delcron engine case in this thing that came in it. Like this thing had all the bells and whistles, like
So
already
how long was
done,
it?
already
Do you know
done
how
to
long it was sitting on the trailer for? I mean, was it a rusty pile or was it still pretty nice?
Oh, it was a clapped out
Yeah.
pile. Yeah.
Like clapped out like oil all over the place, or clapped out like rust bucket?
It was rusty. It was oil leaking. The fork
Yep.
seals were shot. Tires dry rotted.
Gotcha. They've been sitting a long
The license,
time.
yeah, the license plate showed it was last registered in 08. That's all I know.
And you got it this last year?
I got it November of 23.
Oh, okay. So just about a year and a half almost.
Yeah. And I've never rode an FXR. I've never been an FXR guy.
Oh, you're gonna sell your road glide.
Just no, we're keeping that.
Well, when you blow up the next
One's
motor,
got to
you're
be
not gonna repair
reliable.
it as quick.
Yeah.
FXRs are special, man.
So the whole goal is, my one buddy was like, make it a roller. Once you make it a roller, he's like, we'll go through the motor, because we didn't know it was all done to the motor. Just the chrome was all flaking off all the rockers, and it's got Axtel cylinders on it, so those are cast iron. Those are all to look pretty much brand new.
Yep.
So we tore it down, found it had JE pistons in it that looked brand new.
Wow.
Like the guy built this bike and then keeled over. I don't know.
Yeah. What a trip.
So it was like, all right, had 4th hour run out on the crank. The cases were pretty nasty. We're like, all right, we'll take Dark Horse, have them go through the bottom end for me, and hopefully have it back in a couple weeks. Well, that being a Delcron case, they waited 4 months from Delcron to get a part to put these cases back together.
Ooh.
So that totally killed my chances of making it on the tour.
Yep.
So, and that was, I got that block back from them mid-September, and my other bike blew up Labor Day weekend.
Oh, wow.
So I was completely bikeless for 2 weeks now. It sucked. It was the worst 2 weeks ever.
Well, especially for you guys too, because you only have, a small window to ride, right? It's
Yeah.
I could do out here we ride a lot more. We got the weather. Yep.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I'll start putting everything back together. I needed a pinion gear socket. Oh, we'll get the cheap one off Amazon.
Yep.
It was 11. Nope, stripped it. Ordered the Jim's tool for $70 and the Jim's nut for $35. Like, man, this thing's killing me.
You can't catch a break, right?
No, never. Well, then, so we finally got the motor together. It was mid-October, end of October. I think everyone left on to go on the tour the week before.
Yep.
Whatever. And my one buddy, Tyler, he's like, "Oh, you got to get that thing going. You got to go on the tour, man." I'm like, "Dude, I don't think it's happening."
Yeah.
So then I ended up putting the fairing back on, and the headlight didn't work.
Of course, something.
And I don't know why I didn't take the fairing apart while it was down all summer, but I didn't. I was just going to run it the way it was. And come behold, the mice chewed everything inside the fairing. There was a big mouse nest in there. Gauges were all rusty and mouse pissed on. It was so gross. So I was like, oh, well, we found out why the headlight don't work. Mice ate all the wires.
Yeah.
And on these, all that wiring to the gauges all intertwined with the headlight and all the ground shit to make it all work.
Yep.
So I sent the gauges out to Seattle Speedometer. That was back in November. I just got them back 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
They look brand new. You wouldn't even be able to tell.
That's awesome.
So now we got a headlight. And now I just have the carburetor off and stuff, and I got a Mikuni rebuild kit for the carb. So that's over at my buddy Matt's shop. That's who helped me put the motor together.
Yep.
He's been a big help. My dad's been a big help with all the wiring stuff.
So
But yeah, let's
now that she's there, how do you feel? I mean, how do you feel about all the work that you did? Your first frame up build. I mean, like, what's your experience? I mean, what was your experience as a whole like? You in it to do it again, or is it like a one and done type thing?
Oh no, I would definitely do this again. This was a lot of
Yeah,
fun. I
yeah,
learned a lot.
yeah,
And just like the history of like how HD changed things throughout the year,
yep,
because it's not much different from my bagger.
yeah, yeah. No, it's not
Like
much
primary
different.
wise, transmission wise, they made a few changes over the years, but nothing really drastic.
Nope, they're still just sewing machines
They
with
went
wheels.
carb to EFI, 5 speed to 6 speed, 1 cam to 2 cams,
Yep,
back to 1 cam now.
yep, yep.
Yeah,
So,
it's been fun. So part of the thing was putting it back to like FXR stuff because it
yep,
had the bagger touring or bagger tank on it,
yep.
and the had the bagger touring pack and the bagger front fender. So I'm like, all that stuff need to go.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm gonna spin the camera around here, give you guys
What we've all been waiting for. Oh, she ain't caught up yet.
1,000
There she is.
up,
Okay, we're spun around finally.
2,000 up lowers,
Yep.
like an '04 Sportster. Running the bagger Brempos. All the powder coat is done by Galaxy Coatings in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Had Dan Daffner with Axtel cylinders he honed them and then powder coated the cylinders for me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the Delcron. They were going through a move, so that's why it took so long to get parts from them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
For
I had
sure.
yeah, I know Austin had the same kind of
Yep,
thing
yep,
happen with his.
yep, for sure.
But yeah, and then it had FXRP floorboards on here, so I'm like going back to mid controls. Um, it has this awesome crack there,
Yeah, it's fixable.
but the idea is kind of leaving it survivor-ish.
Yep, yep. It's got character.
Yeah, that was kind of some of the point to doing it all. Came with the Thunder header on there.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, it came with the Makuni car. We got nice chrome rocker boxes now, and I had to give her some color and got a crane cams ignition. Got the rear bagger
Yep,
Brempo
yep.
conversion. So all the stock calipers are leaking too, so I wasn't even bother
Yeah, yeah,
rebuilding
yeah.
those.
Let's see those gauges.
Yeah. Here are the
Oh
gauges.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Those are all rusty.
Yeah, that's rad.
Reset to 0.
Very nice. And all your
Yeah,
indicator
that's
lights and everything on the fairing work and all that stuff now?
yep.
Very cool. Oh,
Oh,
look
it's
at
got
that, boy.
music too.
Dang. Is that the tape deck going?
Uh no, it's just the radio.
Just the radio? That's sweet.
I got one of them little hidden antennas in there.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
sweet.
only light up here that's not gonna work is the oil light.
That's the one you need too, apparently, with all the blown motors.
Well, I did this. I got this one.
Oh yeah, that's visible.
So it just had like a sensor there. And they had the bagger tank on here,
Yep.
which it's right here. But it was kind of cool because it had the proper logo for the year on it.
Oh, that is cool.
But there's no
Yeah, you don't
gas
want that.
gauge.
Yeah, you don't want, and
So they had
you don't want that on there.
FXRD. They had the FXRD style gauge cluster on there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, yep, yep.
I think it's in my room. So instead of Yeah, so they had, instead of the middle clock, that's where the fuel was, and they had a volts gauge and the oil pressure gauge on that, but they had the stock bars, so it was in the middle of the stock bars. It's like, nope, doing T-bars, risers,
Yeah,
whatever people want to call
nice
them.
simple upgrades. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. What are you doing for suspension on it?
It just got progressive
Yep.
in it, something cheap.
Yeah.
So I wanted to. There's not really many options for 39 millimeter front end.
Well, you let me know when you're ready. I can find you a bunch.
Well, you got what? Legends and
Race Tech.
Race Tech.
Yep. Patriot.
Oh, yep. That was another one.
Yep.
Most of the parts.
Ricardo says one of us owes him back child support. I don't know which one of us it is, but I hope it's not me.
I don't even know what these guys are talking about. Back child support.
Oh no.
Rip some cigs. I'll smoke a cigarette in a second, man.
In a second. Well, that's cool. So what do you? So I mean, you're basically going to wrap this thing up here soon. You got to do the carburetor. And that's pretty
Yeah,
much it's pretty much ready to ride then,
yeah.
huh?
The carb was leaking, so I don't think the float was set right. So I pulled that back off.
Yep.
But it does run. It does run.
Yeah. And so that motor was also
I
gone
could
through by
I
Dark
could
Horse.
spray some. Huh?
That motor was also gone through by Dark Horse. You said.
Yeah, just the bottom end.
Gotcha.
And then we waited like 4 months for that to get back.
Yeah.
And then the bagger blew up, and then it's like, oh well, we'll drop one off, pick one up.
There you go. Now wait a minute. Did you just say
Yeah,
you're going to spray some starter fluid in? You can start it up right now for us.
Yeah, probably it would go bang a little bit.
Let's go. Let's fucking rip that
I
cig
don't
and
know.
let's do the damn thing.
Seriously?
I'm sitting over here, man. You do you. Oh, yep. People want it.
Let's go to the cabinet here.
There we go.
Well, brake clean. So last time I did this, it kind of started on fire.
Sometimes. Are we doing any kind of bets if it's going to start on fire or not in the chat? Who's going with it's going to start on fire and who's going with it's just going to fire up? Talk to me, people. Almost. Uh-oh. No battery.
Dude, that battery has been on the tender all winter, and it's a piece of shit.
Oh, what a dud.
I hate it. I hate this battery. It's a BS battery.
Yeah.
It stands for bullshit.
Yeah, well, we tried. We get A for effort there.
I gave the audience what they wanted.
Yeah. I think they wanted fire. I think I got more people saying fire than anything. So we might have to light a fire now. So you're gonna come back out to Sioux Falls this July?
We're trying to do. I mean, if you guys got a thing out there in July,
Yep.
I'll try and make it out there for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But we were planning to actually do Sturgis this year.
I should be there also.
Awesome.
The plan is to be there. I try to go every other year, so this is my other year. So I plan to be there at least for one day, if not maybe 2 days, and then I like to ride motorcycles the rest of the time. So
yeah, that's why we just went out during July and beat all the crowd, just see all the stuff. And
now, when the bike's completed, are you going to try to join along the tour this year?
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
That's
I'll tell
I need
you.
to get I need to get some hardcore miles on it though before I can trust this thing to go anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. You got to get some solid shakedown miles. So you got, I mean, when, so your riding season starts, you said Memorial weekend?
Yeah, usually that's what they say in Wisconsin. You got from Memorial Day to Labor Day, but
Yeah,
you can ride well into October here. It just gets sketchy around that time because that's when the deer start to run.
gotcha. Gotcha.
So a lot of people don't really ride too much because the deer are in rut and they're sniffing.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, well, shoot. So we'll do, yeah, so when is Labor Day? Well, Labor Day is September, right?
Yeah, Memorial Day is end of May.
Okay, yep. And then Labor Day's end of September. And so, yeah, so the tour's in October.
Yep. Yeah, it'd be
Good
cold
time.
here.
It's a good time, though.
Yeah,
You
it looked
know,
like an awesome time.
yeah, I
I
haven't got
just
to ride it, but I've been a part of it. I'm their diagnose. What do they call it? Their announcer. They just out of nowhere for the stage. But I'll tell you, the FXR tour is something special, and it's something that we really needed in this industry. So I'm very excited to be any kind of part of it. And I'd love to see more and more people join on that thing, dude. It's really cool.
Yeah, you need someone that can talk to a crowd, and you seem to be good at that. So that's perfect.
You know,
This
it's
is
like
probably
one.
like the most people I've ever talked in front of in my life,
Well,
other than like some shit in high school or something.
right. You just got to be too dumb to quit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'll start getting the bikes out here once we get like a couple good rains and gets all the salt off the road.
Yup.
I mean, it could still snow in April here. It's happened before.
Yeah. No, I think I was in Sioux Falls this year. I think in March I drove out there, and it was still snowing in March. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
used to snow in any kind of way. We don't fucking get snow here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so when I drove out there in March and it was fucking 0 degrees, and this is like the warmest clothes I own is this fucking hoodie. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
was it was for sure a shock for me. I was like, holy shit,
Yeah, pretty much Wisconsin up here. South Dakota's not any different. That was a great state though. I love South Dakota. Minnesota too. It's good riding along the Mississippi. Better not snow in April. Oh, it's gonna snow in April, man. It has. Hopefully they don't throw salt down though. Then it's okay. Nick Beers, I'll shove a JDM yellow headlight up your ass. Chauncey wants us to come to Laconia. It always rains there though, so I don't know how much fun that would be. I bet it's a blast though. Not gonna lie. Oh, and we got to go south. I just need to do like a whole round the
there we go.
country tour. Go
Yeah.
visit everyone.
I heard everything, so I could hear you the whole time. I don't know what's going on my side of shit. First time we've ever done an episode where I just black out. Usually I freeze.
Well,
Um,
usually it's the other person that blacks out or
yeah,
something.
not sure what's happened. And I can hear you going. I heard you tell him how you're gonna shove a headlight up the dude's ass and shit. So that's funny. But
Yeah, he's talking about his Honda Civic lights.
yeah, well, very cool, man. What was your biggest hurdle, do you think, on this bike? Since it's your first frame up build. I mean, like,
Fi-
what were those like
finances,
times where you're just like, fuck.
finances,
Yeah, that's a big
waiting
one.
for
That's
shit in
always a
the
big one.
mail,
Yeah,
paycheck to paycheck, trying to not take out another credit card to buy stuff.
yeah, right. That's a
Well, it's
hard
like, all
one.
right, I need this part, and this could be done tomorrow, but it's going to take a week to get here, and it's like just it's never ending. But
Yeah,
we're almost ready.
yeah. You excited?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. I've never rode an FXR before.
man. I've been getting deeper and deeper into them. I don't know why everything just kind of seems to be like leading me in that direction. I'm a big guy, you know what I mean? So I'm not a real big fan
Yeah,
of like
me
mid
too.
controls and stuff. And I don't know what it is about an FXR. I'm perfectly comfortable on the mid controls. Like, I don't know, dude. It's not. It's something weird about the FXR, and I've said this multiple times, and especially on this series because we've actually had a lot of FXRs on this series. But
Yeah, it seems like everyone's doing FXRs.
yeah, well, but it's like what I've noticed the most, and which I think is something so special about the FXRs, is not just the bike itself, but the FXR community. And the FXR
Yeah.
community within our motorcycle community is its own thing, and it's special, man. And like the people I've met in it and talked to in it and worked with in different aspects, it's like it is its own entity within our motorcycle community, man. And it's just it's cool. I think it's super fucking neat, man.
It is. It has been a great part of this build. You know, I can go on Facebook and ask a question. Everyone's, you know, they're not like making fun of you or anything. They're
Yeah,
like they're there to help. And
yeah,
that's what's great. Unlike some of
yeah.
the other pages, you know, you get on and
Yeah,
some
Dyna
people can
Bros
be
ain't doing that.
assholes.
Yeah, you ask a simple question in a Dyna account, and everybody's just trying to see how fucking hardcore they are and want to talk shit to you, and
Yeah.
I don't thumb thug their way through life, but the FXR guys, man, everybody wants to help and lend a hand, lend advice, and that's what it's all about because like I said, and we've talked quite a bit before doing this show, we all started somewhere. You know what I mean? We all started, and we all had to learn from from wherever we start. You know what I mean? And your knowledge just keeps stacking and growing and growing and growing and growing. You know what I mean? So
Oh
that's
yeah.
what
Yeah.
our community is supposed to be about. Not
Well, I got my
fucking.
first bagger in 2018. I didn't know shit.
Hmm.
I paid for my first oil change at the dealership until I found out it was $400 to get your oil changed. And I'm like, yeah,
Holy
we're
shit!
not doing that again.
Yeah, no, I've my very first Harley I ever bought. I was I think 29 years old. I was a 1969 Ironhead, and I built a rigid chopper out of it. And I'm like one of those people where I had to do it all myself, and I had to learn it because I didn't have enough money to pay somebody to do it. And it
Oh
was the
yeah,
same way.
that was the whole thing with both these bikes here.
Yep, yep.
I couldn't afford this if I had to pay someone to do it for me.
Oh yeah, no. I remember buying my first
Hell no.
helmet. I was when I was 29, I worked an IT job for a big company, and I was making like 12 bucks an hour. I was entry level IT work, and I remember when I bought my bike was almost complete, and I was getting ready to buy a helmet, and I bought a I don't know if the company's even still around, but it was called Lids, and it was like a 3/4 helmet, but it was real thin. And I remember looking at my bank account, and I'm like, "Fuck, it's overdrawn already," but my check goes in tomorrow. I'm gonna buy it and it shouldn't process till tomorrow. Fuck no, it didn't. I bought it and it went through and it fucking, my bank account was even more negative and shit. But it's dude, that's just the way it is, you know what I mean? And it's we do this because we love this, not because we're smart with money. That's
Yeah, I didn't
that's the
really
moral of our
know
story.
what I was getting myself into. You know, I just
Yep.
figured, you know, it's gonna be quick down, back up, let's ride, and it turned into a whole different scenario.
Yeah.
And then it was
Yeah.
like, all right, well, we might as well just do everything right.
Yeah. Hey,
The only
and
thing I really didn't go through and do new bearings on was the transmission.
yeah, you'll
Put
get
all new
there.
seals in it, but
Yeah.
never took the gear set out to do new bearings.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just cause it was just supposed to be, you know, put the motor back in and, you know, fire it up and ride it. But I had a lot more time than I anticipated, so we probably
Yeah.
could have done that. But
Yeah, you still got some time. I don't know if you're gonna. It's gonna that weather's gonna be very nice for very long here.
yeah, no, 5 speeds seem to be pretty bulletproof, so
They
I'm
are. They are.
not too concerned with it.
Yeah, and they're pretty
Otherwise,
easy to find.
I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Otherwise,
Yeah. So when do you think you're gonna do first fire up?
well, it was fired up. We had it running back in October, and I had it running like maybe a month ago, just to, you know, try and get shit moving and see how it would run. And
Yeah.
yeah, and it was just still leaking gas out of the carb. So I'm like, all right, might as well get a carb kit and go through it again. Maybe bench test it for leaks, and
Yeah. Yeah.
hopefully it good. And I didn't have the gauges yet, so I couldn't really
Gotcha.
tell much how it was idling without the RPM gauge. So
Yeah. So I guess now, so you just got to do that carburetor, and you're able to at least spin it around the block as long as the weather's good.
yeah, maybe check timing with the timing light. I don't know.
Yep.
That's a thing. Advanced time.
Yep.
So it seemed like it was running a little fast. I don't know if that was because I had an air leak or something.
Yeah.
I got new intake boot though.
There you go.
That just showed up.
Perfect. You're almost there, my man.
I scared the shit out of the driver when I heard them pull in.
Excuse me. I had a hiccup stuck in my throat. You're almost there, dude. It's I'm excited for you to be able to ride it and take it around the block. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, hell yeah. I can't wait either. Logan wants to know why you're yelling.
Am I yelling?
No, I think why I'm yelling.
Oh.
I'm just a Schneider, man. That's how we talk. We talk loud.
Right on, Joe. Well, man, thanks for coming on. It was fun talking to you about the bike, dude. I'm excited
Oh,
to
hell
see.
yeah. Thanks for having me. I'm glad we
Yeah,
could finally make a day work.
100%. Make sure you tag me the first time you ride that thing. I want to see it if I don't catch it.
I will. I have a whole bunch of people to tag, and once it's finally off the lift and idling on its own without blipping the throttle.
Yep, for sure. Super exciting, dude. Well, I look forward to seeing this one and the next one, man. When you if
Hell
we ever
yeah.
want to do an update, let's talk.
All right, sounds good. I'll let you know.
All right, Joe. You take care, buddy.
You too.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.